Welcome back to a senior moment presented by Big O Tires. And once again, I'm with Daylene Ure of Your Personal Chef.
Hi,
Daylene,
how are you,
welcome.
Kevin? Thank you, Kevin.
Yeah, it's good to have you here. And today we're going to talk a little bit about barbecuing. No.
Correct. No.
We are going to? Well, it looks like we're going to talk about
It
barbecuing.
looks like barbecuing, but we're actually going to bake this.
Okay.
This will be baked.
Good. Well, this sounds like fun. And this is kind of the time of year when people barbecue a lot.
Right.
But it's getting cooler.
That's
so
correct.
Maybe it's time to go back in the kitchen and bake something.
Well,
right?
that, and also, as you'll see when we put this together, it's kind of a spin-off of a bacon cheeseburger.
Oh.
And there's a lot of grease involved, so I'm afraid that if you put it on the barbecue, you might have more flames than cooking going on.
That kind of sounds like the way I cook, yeah.
But this, this is just kind of a fun thing to do, especially for any grandmas and grandpas or aunts and uncles out there that might be having their grandchildren or nieces and nephews over. It's a nice way to just have some fun with food.
It's kind of a novelty type item, right?
Right,
Okay.
exactly. And these are called turtle burgers.
Turtle burgers.
Turtle burgers.
Which is really kind of important for this area because turtles are the highest on the food chain here.
That's true, and these really are not made out of turtle meat, okay?
I was gonna say there's a big fine involved.
Yes,
there.
exactly.
Yeah.
No,
Okay.
this is very lean ground beef, okay, and I've just made it into a patty. And with the turtle burgers, you want to have a pretty thick patty.
Yeah, it's really thick. How much is that? Like a quarter
this
pound
is
at
about probably a little bit, probably
Maybe
a third of a pound.
Yeah.
Right, exactly.
Okay.
Okay, and then I have 2 hot dogs here and 4 slices of bacon and a piece of cheddar cheese. And what we're going to do is I'm going to cut this hot dog into fourths,
Right.
2 of them, okay? Then I'm going to use the 4 rounded ends, and these are going to become the turtle's feet.
Okay.
And so in order to make them look like feet, what I'm doing is I'm just making little slits in them, and then as it cooks, those are going to open up and become toes.
Interesting.
Okay.
Okay.
And again, I just need to emphasize this is really not turtle meat.
It's not really
okay?
turtles.
No,
people.
it's hot dogs, and I'm
Don't
using.
call the authorities.
And you can use any kind of hot dog.
Yeah.
I happen to use all beef, but it doesn't really
Okay.
matter. Okay. So I'm preparing that, and then with one of these segments, I'm just going to kind of make a V so that it'll become the head or the snout or whatever you call a turtle's. I guess it's the
Okay.
turtle head. And then these are just left over for snacking later.
Oh.
Okay.
Okay. Which we all love to do. so.
Okay, right, exactly. Then with the bacon, what I'm going to do is I'm going to lay 2 strips of bacon over the burger patty, just next to each other, and then I'm going to weave the other 2 pieces into it. So I'm going to put one under, one over, one under, and then this one's going to go under and over. Back
Okay.
to my good old Girl Scout days.
And that's necessary because just for the look
oh,
of what you're trying
it's
to
just
achieve.
for the look. We're going to make it look
Okay.
like a turtle's back.
Okay. Oh,
Okay.
gotcha.
Oh, and actually, you know what I messed up, Kevin?
What?
I forgot to put my cheese on.
Oh, we're gonna put the cheese on first.
So we're going to put the cheese on
Okay.
first. Okay, and then the woven.
Well, that was a fast fix.
Yeah, we can make it look fine. The woven
Okay.
bacon, and then you just
Fold
kind of
it under.
wrap it around. Okay?
Okay.
Now, in cooking these, like I said, I cook them in the oven just because there's a lot of grease involved.
But
and
you
I
could
also,
cook them on the barbecue.
You could.
Yeah.
I'm afraid that they might, like I said, just flame up too much.
Okay. Gotcha.
And then I cook them on a rack, again, because there's so much grease, this allows the grease to float down so it's not sitting
Away
in a
from the
bunch of
food,
grease.
yeah.
And then what you're going to do is you're just going to place these hot dog pieces
In there.
in to look like turtle's feet and place the cut sides up. Okay? And you just kind of smash it in. And then the back legs.
Right.
Like that. Okay? And then the head, you're just going to put like where the head would be for the turtle.
Wow.
And then you've got this hamburger that
Looks
sort
like a
of
turtle.
looks like a turtle. And you're going to pop this in the oven at 400 degrees is what I cook it at for about 25 minutes.
Okay.
Okay? So they're very quick.
Yeah.
Very quick and easy to make.
Now, is this a burger that you'd put in a bun, or do you just eat it like this?
Either way. You can serve it with, I would just serve it with bread. But if kids like a bun.
Sure.
And these are huge, so if you are serving them
They're
for
really
kids,
big,
you can
yeah.
cut them in half and they'll
You might want
probably
half
have
a
plenty.
turtle.
You might want to have a half a turtle,
Okay.
right. And so for the finished product, this I've just got it's all cooked here. And you can see by, crisscrossing it that it kind of looks like a turtle's back.
It does.
And then the cheese is underneath, and it just happened to come out in a polka dot there, so I left it there.
And it all kind of cooks together too, right?
Right,
So,
exactly.
yeah.
And then you can see that where we made the slits for with the hot dogs.
They look like feet
it
now.
just comes in and look like little turtle claws.
Okay, and then the garnishes you have on the
I
side.
just serve like vegetables, or you can just
Yeah.
carrot sticks, celery
Okay.
sticks, whatever.
It's
So
actually a pretty fast meal to prepare, too.
it's, yeah, very fast.
If
20
you've
minutes
got
in the oven.
hamburger and bacon and some hot dogs in the fridge, a little cheese, you can
Right.
throw it together in a matter of a few minutes, and then 25 minutes to cook, and
You're
it's
done.
ready to go, right?
Right. Yeah.
Wow, that is a
So
neat meal.
it's just, yeah, and it's simple and easy to do.
Have you done this for people before? I know you go to people's homes and you prepare things. Is this one of the things
This
that you've
is
done?
one of the kid-friendly menu items.
Oh, okay.
That's on the
So
on the
parents are
menu.
saying maybe they have a birthday party or
Right.
something like that, and they like my daughter's going to
Mm-hmm.
be turning 8. Maybe we should have turtle burgers.
That maybe you should.
Yeah,
Exactly.
maybe we should prepare
And
that.
it's just fun. I mean, just for something, even if it's just, you and your kids, just to kind of mix things up for dinner. It just
Okay.
makes it kind of fun.
Are there any other types of things on your menu that you prepare that are kind of novelty items like this, or is this one of the only ones?
This is the only main entree that I can think of right off the top of my head, but I do a lot of creative cakes
Uh-huh.
where I make different animals out of just a basic
do you?
cake, right? Like, I do turtles, I do elephants,
Uh-huh.
fish,
Really?
that kind of thing, but make them in the shape of,
Yeah.
with a cake for birthdays.
So I didn't know you did cakes.
I do. It's not something I prefer to do entrees. That's more what I like to do.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
It's more
so you
creative.
specialize in
but
that.
as far as different kids things and novelty things, I will do stuff like that too.
What's the biggest group that you would prepare food for, do you think?
I've prepared food for over 150.
Okay, that's quite a few.
That's
But that's
that is.
150 be the kind of top of the scale, and then the private party kind of thing is more of what you do, right?
Private parties generally run between 8 and 10 people.
Okay.
Right, and then also cooking in people's homes, it would be just for the family.
Okay.
But then
That's
if
awesome.
you look at my family, that's 35 people.
Yeah,
so.
that's right. It's a little different here in
Well,
Utah.
it is,
Yeah.
People always ask me, well, where did you learn to cook for a crowd? I thought, well, I've lived
At
with
home.
one. Yeah,
home.
exactly. Exactly.
Well, this is
So-
really neat and very appetizing and kind of cool for everybody
Mm-hmm.
to experience. And we appreciate you bringing it by and showing it to us today.
Okay, well, it's
We
fun.
hope
Thank
you'll
you.
come back again. That would
I'd
be
love
awesome.
to. I'd love to.
We've been talking with Daylene Ure of Your Personal Chef, and tell us how to contact you real quick.
Area code 435-668-3444
And your website
is www.yourchef, U-R-E, chef.com. And we're the only "your" in the phone book.
Awesome.
So you can also
Always
go there.
nice to have Daylene on the show. We'll be back with more Senior Moment right after this.
Thank you.